Namaste, beautiful souls, and welcome back to Positive. I am Vijayalakshmi, your host. In the previous episode, we discovered the art of surrender by quoting a beautiful example of Draupadi. And today, we have a special guest on our show. He is a king, actually. I would love to introduce King of the Elephants. His name is Gajendra. Today, we'll be taking the discussion from our previous episode ahead. And today we have Gajendra. And we will learn that how Gajendra's surrender to Krishna draws valuable lessons on resilience, faith, and the power of surrender. Join us as we uncover how Gajendra's experience can guide us in navigating life's challenges and connecting spirituality to practicality. After all, life is all about spirituality and connecting it with our mundane practicality. In the ancient land of Bharat, there lived a majestic elephant named Gajendra. As you can see, he actually has tilak on his forehead. That means that he is a great devotee of the Lord Vishnu, Krishna. So what happened? Gajendra in the previous birth was a king called Indradyumna. And because of a curse, he was born as a dull animal, as an elephant. So one day, while Gajendra was enjoying a leisurely bath with his herd in a tranquil lake, a sudden attack by a ferocious crocodile turned his peaceful movement into a life-threatening struggle. And the crocodile also was in the previous lifetime a Gandharva, and he was cursed by a Muni, a saint. So despite his immense strength and efforts, Gajendra, the king of the elephants, found himself trapped in the grip of the relentless predator, his strength waning with each passing moment. As the struggle intensified and hope seemed to fade, Gajendra realized the futility of relying solely on his own strength. As time passed, his strength was diminishing, and he was not relying on his strength anymore because he tried all the efforts, all the strength, but he couldn't release himself from the mouth of crocodile. His foot was in the mouth of the crocodile. So in a moment of profound surrender, he turned his thoughts and prayers to Lord Vishnu, calling out for help with unflinching faith and devotion. So Gajendra started offering prayers to the Lord, to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, without mistaking him for one of the demigods. That means he knew that Vishnu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and carrying forward whatever he earned in the previous lifetime, not in terms of money, but in terms of the spiritual deeds that he did, he carried them in the next birth as an animal also. And he started calling out to Krishna. In Srimad Bhagavatam, we have full episode on Gajendra's prayers. In the upcoming episodes, maybe we'll dedicate one of the episode to Gajendra's prayers, that what he prayed. So when Gajendra was chanting the prayers and calling out loud to Lord Krishna, Krishna appeared sitting on Garud, his Vahan. And when Gajendra saw that Vishnu actually came, Gajendra, by lifting his trunk, offered obeisances to Krishna. In fact, he even got one lotus in his trunk to offer to Krishna. Krishna, in just a second, immediately pulled him from the water along with the crocodile who had captured his leg. Then the Lord killed the crocodile and thus rescued Gajendra. Even though crocodile was not chanting the prayers or was not calling out to Krishna, Krishna came and Krishna helped because the crocodile was in association of his dear devotee Gajendra. So before Gajendra got liberated or freed from the claw, crocodile was liberated. That is why God says that to me, yes, my devotees are dear, but dearer are the devotees of the devotees. That is why we should always offer respect to our elders, to our spiritual masters, to our parents, to our gurus, our teachers, and love to those who are younger than us. Because God is watching everything and He takes notice of how we are treating other human beings and other creatures. So let's be mindful of that. So see how when Gajendra called, being an animal, he called with utmost devotion, faith, and love. God appeared. So many devotees, when they call out to God, He appears. Then why wouldn't He appear when we will call out to Him? So let's take a pause right here and seize the moment. Let's close our eyes and call out to our God, our protector, our creator, to come rescue us from the clutches of materialism. Coming back to the moment, because Gajendra, king of the elephants, had been touched directly by the hands of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, he was immediately freed from all material bondage and ignorance. Likewise, there is no difference between God and His holy name. When we chant His holy name, we immediately become freed from the material bondage and ignorance. What are we waiting for? Let's chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Thus, Gajendra received the salvation of Saryupa Mukti, in which he achieved the same bodily features as the Lord, being dressed in yellow garments and possessing 4 hands. The story of Gajendra's surrender teaches us resilience, faith, unflinching devotion, and the power of surrendering our ego to the higher power, higher wisdom. In times of adversity and struggle, it is natural to rely on our own strength and resources. Like any smart human, we would rely on our own strength, our own intelligence. However, true strength lies in realizing our limitations and placing our trust in a higher force, in God. Depicting from the art of surrendering by Gajendra, it is proven that God appears and exhibits His activities. His appearances, disappearances, and other pastimes are not at all material. The Lord is situated in everyone's heart. He is in everything. He is the witness of all activities, and He is the original source of all living entities. Actually, this is my favorite, that He is like a gold mine, which is the source of gold in ornaments and yet is different from the ornaments themselves. So God is the ocean of transcendental qualities and can be understood only by liberated persons freed from the bodily concept of life. In fact, it is interesting that how a devotee of the Lord doesn't crave for liberation. He doesn't ask anything from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. His only prayer is to be freed from the material bondage of life and be stable in serving the Lord in His transcendental service. How beautiful it is. As we reflect on Gajendra's surrender, we are reminded that we too can find strength and resilience and solace in surrendering our worries, our fears, and burdens to a higher power, to God. By cultivating faith, humility, and trust in the divine, we can navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience, knowing that we are never alone on our journey. God is always with us. Wherever we take His holy name, He is present right there. Wherever we get in association with His devotees, He is right there. Wherever we get a chance to take a pause and remember Him and His grace, He is present right there. The delay is from our side, not from His, because He is all merciful and He is very quick, unlike us. Until our next pause, may we find strength to surrender to the lotus feet of the Lord with love, peace, and enlightenment. Namaste, Hari Bol.